18 is the technique of patriotic language, so what countries are referred to, and if they're referred to warmly or lovingly, we call that patriotic language. 19 is formal or informal language. Another word for informal language is colloquial. So if you think of a stereotypical Aussie saying "G'day mate," that's what we call colloquial, but it's also informal. Whereas formal would be "Greetings, good sir, pleased to meet you." 20 is punctuation and pause. So here you just get to talk about all the little marks that aren't the words on the page. So full stops, commas, semicolons, colons, and so on. And you're looking specifically at how this punctuation makes you pause, slow down, or the lack of it makes you speed up as you read and perform a poem. 21 is, does your poem contain references? So if it refers to anything in italics, such as a book title or a movie title, or any pop culture references, then you'll need to look these up and explain why the author referred to them and how that builds or contributes to their text. 22 is refrain. This is just a formal type of repetition that happens normally at the end of a stanza, typically at the end of every stanza, so similar to a motif, it would run through at least the majority of the poem, if not all of it. 23 is allegory. An allegory is basically a symbolic retelling of something through a different guise or a different form. So the most famous example is Animal Farm, which tells the story of communist Russia and how that came and went and the difficulties and issues that arose out of it, but instead is told in the setting of a farmhouse where all the notable people are farm animals. Technique 24 is simply dialogue. Does your poem contain anyone talking? Does it contain quotation marks? How is this used and why? Technique 25 is personal pronouns and inclusive language. So are he, she, they, us, we referred to? And you're basically ruling out two categories. If it's just he, she, they, then that's personal pronouns, whereas inclusive language is us, we, all of us as a people, Australians. Anything that includes is inclusive language, whereas anything else is simply personal pronouns. Why are these used? Which of these two columns are used, and why, and what effect does this have? 26 is emotive language. What emotions are referred to? What use of language is used to make the audience or the reader feel the emotions that are being described, and how effective is this? 27 is extended metaphor. So you already know what a metaphor is. Something is or as something else. A is B. But an extended metaphor is when you take it the next step and you say A is B and also because this, and you run through all the aspects of A and how they are similar to B. So for example, the typical example of an extended metaphor is love is like a rose. There are thorns, there are flowers, there are blossoms, and occasionally there is a stinky smell coming from the bottom or at the end of the rose. Though this isn't a very poetic example, it illustrates the point of an extended metaphor where you carry it through to its fullest potential. So after having watched this, I hope you have a poem to hand and you can go through looking specifically for these 27 odd techniques and see what you can find in your poem. Then the hard part is for you to actually analyze why these techniques have been used and what effect they have on the poem itself and also on the audience and the reader. Good luck.